Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of lesson 1, where we're going to be continuing with the shoe. There's a couple of things we want to touch on this lesson, or part 2 of lesson 1, and that's perspective, because like I said at the beginning of this lesson, we're going to learn a little bit about perspective. We're not going to delve into it too much because that'll come later in this course, but we're just going to delve into it a little bit just so you can get an idea and understanding of what perspective in drawing may mean. We're going to also look at tonal pencil drawing and basic shading as well. We're going to also do a little bit of crosshatch, mark making, and different methods in which you can create your marks on the paper. So here we just did a simple line drawing, so this would be one method of mark making. It's a simple line drawing. I appreciate it's white on black canvas, so it might not be the best, easiest thing to see. However, what we're going to do, we're just going to show you with this white pencil. We're going to continue with our shoe here. And again, we're just going to be very straightforward, very simple, very basic. The idea of a tonal pencil drawing is that you're using one shade of colour, whether it's a pencil, grey tonal, whether you're using, so that's black and white, whether you're going to be using blue or green or orange. You could do a green tonal pencil drawing, and it's just going to be light green to dark green. So it's not necessarily restricted to just normal graphite pencils. However, typically speaking, when we say tonal pencil, that's what we mean. We mean black and white. So all I'm going to do with a pencil, I'm just going to start shading around here at the top of the shoe, because at the top of the shoe we're going to pretend the light's coming down from above, not from below, so the light is first hitting the shoe on the top, so it'll be lighter on the top and darker on the bottom. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I'm just going to do a little bit of a section of tonal pencil drawing, and all I'm doing is shading. I'm not putting any harder pressure down or anything. I'm just putting the same pressure down and just going over it. And the bits that are going to be lighter, I'm just going to go over them again. Simple as that. I'm not going to press down hard or anything like that, because if you press down hard, you can ruin the material you're operating with, and you can also damage your pencils as well. And once you put something down, once you put too much down, you can't really take it away. So it's always better to go steady by steady, little by little, and just keep the same pressure on and go over the same spots again, just to give that bright effect where you need, or the dark effect if you're going the opposite way. And I'm going to show you as well an example in my sketchbook, and we're just going to do it with normal pencils too, but I just wanted to do it here first because I think it's a little bit more striking. Okay, so this is tonal pencil shading. Okay, and all I'm doing is shading in, and I'm easing off in the areas where it's getting darker, and where it's going to be light, I'm just going to go in again to brighten those areas out and just drag it through, drag it down. Okay, and then you can sort of see the shoe is coming together a little bit more now. So we'll do a little bit of detail up here, a little bit of tonal pencil shading up at the top. And I'm going to leave it, I think I'll leave it around here somewhere, because like I say, I want to keep the video short and snappy, educational, informative, but also demonstrate what it is that I'm actually talking about as well. So as you can see, we're just dragging the white pencil down, not putting a lot of pressure on at all. We're just a nice shading sort of pressure. Going to keep the bits down below dark because the light's coming from above. And I'm just going to go over the areas again at the top to make them extra bright. Okay. So that's basically the concept of tonal pencil drawing. Okay. And now what I'll do, I'll just pop this back here. I'll just pop this big black canvas back over here, and then I'm going to show you in the sketchbook some other examples of what we might mean as tonal pencil drawing or perspective in art. So there's the shoe. If you want to take a closer look, I'll just bring it a bit closer. Here's the shoe on the big black canvas, and now I'll pop that back just there, keep it there against the fireplace, and then what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you the sketchbook. Okay, so this is going to be your task for today. All I want you to do is get a page in your sketchbook. Okay, I want you to draw a square, a circle, and a triangle, and you're just going to use this typical HB pencil. If you don't have a HB pencil, just use any pencil that you've got. Okay, we're going to learn about pencil gradings in probably the next lesson or the lesson after that, but we'll touch on pencil gradings in a future video. We're not going to bother with that today. We're just going to focus on pressure and what actually is tonal pencil drawing. So tonal pencil drawing, the same with the shoe, okay? You need to think of where the light is hitting the object. So if the light is hitting the square from this side, then of course this side will be lighter and this side will be darker. So just by way of example, all we're going to do, we're going to start shading at the opposite side where the light's not hitting, not putting a lot of pressure down, and I appreciate I might be going over the lines because I'm standing up as I'm drawing this for you guys. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure down at all, and I'm going to ease off the pressure even more so as I get to the light side. Once I've got a basic tonal shade in there, I'm just going to go back to the darker side with the same pressure, and I'm just going to bring it through again. And I'm going to ease off around the middle this time, and then I'm going to go in again. Okay, same pressure, I'm not pushing down. Some people have a really bad habit of pushing down, and that way you can create a really bad effect because you're going to be pushing the graphite so hard into the paper, you're going to ruin the paper, and you're going to ruin the potential of erasing, you're going to ruin the potential of shading and smoothing things out. So we just want to keep the same pressure, doesn't have to be a lot. I'm going to drag it through again, and then one more time I'm just going to really put some shading on this side now to bring the darkness in and to really make the shading pop. Okay, so that's it guys, we've got our tonal pencil shaded square. Now I'm going to shade these two in as well really quickly, so we'll do a little bit of different light angle variation. So for the circle we'll pretend the light's coming from the top, and then for the triangle we'll pretend the light's coming from the bottom. So guys, as you can see, we've shaded in the triangle where the light's coming from the bottom, so it's lighter at the bottom, darker at the top. Circle, light's coming from above, so it's lighter at the top, darker at the bottom. The square, the light is coming from this side, so it's lighter on this side and darker on the dark side, okay? What else do I want to show you on this page? So, we've got a couple of things. We've got this picture and this picture. I know they're not very good pictures, I know they're very quick drawings. They are meant to be designed to do, for you to do at home as well. We're not meant to be doing, you know, highly detailed drawings just yet. So what we've got here is a little bit of perspective, okay? So, as you can see, we have a shoe, and right next to the shoe, we've got two tiny little people, okay? So some might say if they saw a highly detailed drawing of a shoe with two realistic looking people stood next to it, then this shoe would indeed appear ginormous. This would be a big shoe. So the perspective would be that this is a huge shoe, or that these people are really, really far away. There is some perspective going on here. Equally, in this drawing, we've got either an absolutely giant hand or an absolutely tiny shoe, okay? Because there's a shoe inside a hand, and there's not many shoes on the planet which fit in a hand like that. And again, I appreciate the drawings. They're not the most highly detailed drawings. They're not meant to be the most highly detailed drawings. We're just meant to be driving some points home. Perspective in drawing, okay? Tonal pencil shading in drawing. So guys, what I want you to do at home, I want you to draw a square, a circle and a triangle, and just practice sketching or shading them in with light hitting them from different angles, okay? Just for demonstration purposes, the light is coming from this side. The light is coming from that side, from the top, and here the light's coming from the bottom, okay? Now before I end the video, I want to show you a couple of different methods of mark making. So here, this is what you would call a simple line drawing. So we're just using lines, okay? But there are definitely and plenty of different ways which you can actually create images or mark make, okay? And I just want you to get into the habit of practicing a few different methods and see which you like, see which you fancy exploring a little bit more. So number one, line drawing. We just draw lines and then we create an image from the lines. The next one, we can do cross hatching. So these are forms of shading as well as drawing. So we could do, rather than shading like we've done on the shoe here, you could just do cross hatching like so. So we're just going to cross hatch, put lots of different lines going in the same direction, and then to thicken it out, to darken it, we're going to bring other lines going in a different direction but remaining the same all the way around. And we want to allow the light to hit the object from this side, so we're going to focus this side more with the light. okay, and this side will be darker. So all we're going to do is put more lines on this side and leave that side more empty, okay? Your lines want to go in the same direction and you want to cross them over as much as you can, okay? And then you're going to create the appearance of one side being lighter than the other. Very simple. Another fancy drawing technique or another mark making technique is a way called pointillism. Now it's going to be quite hard for me to show you with just this pencil on this canvas, but the idea is, so let's say you've drawn another circle and you want to shade in this circle. You can just simply tap away. Can take a long time, okay? So you simply tap away and you're just tapping and creating lots of dots, like pixels if you will, on a screen, okay? And of course, if the light was coming from this side, you'd have, with this example, more white dots here, and then they'd be more thinned out on the other side to create the impression that the light is hitting it from this object. This side's brighter, that side's darker. Okay, so we've got cross hatching, we've got line drawings, we've got pointillism, and we're going to leave it there for now, okay? In the next lesson, we're going to be dabbling a little bit more with the shoe, but we're also going to be looking at things like pencil grading, we're going to be looking at things like composition, and we're going to be delving into more subjects, okay? So guys, like I've said before, my email address is jakeoneilltheartist@gmail.com. If you would like to send in your drawings for me to evaluate, for me to give you some feedback on, or just simply because you want to share them, then that would be very much appreciated, and I would love to see what you're creating at home, okay? We're going to call it there for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in lesson 2.